Hey guys, welcome back. It's Grimreaper coming at you for another video for Raidshadowlegends. Hopefully doing well, and hopefully you're looking after yourselves, and hopefully you're having a great start to the weekend wherever you are in the world, and hopefully having a great start to 2025. Can't be any worse than 2024 when it comes to Raidshadowlegends, right? So let's get into today's topic of the video. It's not a shard video or anything like that, but I finally figured out the one key team for Chimera Nightmare as a free-to-play team with using formal fusion champions or login champions or accessible champions via missions or anything like that. So please note that this is an in-game account. So I've been playing the game for 5 years. Anyone that's new to the channel, and my gear is super in-game. Obviously, my account is not free to play, but we are using free to play champions, and the gear is accessible through other areas of the game. So, depending on how much you grind and work hard on Raidshadowlegends, if you have this, there is substitutions throughout all the gear sets, etc., you're using for this, which will probably lower your damage a little bit. I would like to kind of be honest. I made a couple of mistakes throughout the run, so this damage could potentially be a lot higher, and the trials as well could be a lot higher. I wasn't really focused on trials. I was focusing on the one key dedication, which is what I've been promising for the past 2 or 3 weeks. But Christmas and the New Year's made things a bit hard with making content, especially with being in a situation of probably moving house, etc. as well this month. So I'm just gonna go click this red button because I know that I need to press this red button. Again, I need to do clan boss keys very, very quickly. So we're going to go ahead and do that before clan boss reset goes in. Let me just check if we hit nightmare. Yeah, so we hit nightmare. I think we hit ultra nightmare as well. And yeah, I don't think we hit brutal yet. So that's one key, brutal. This is just like probably one of the best quality of life features that I didn't add into my video. I should have. I'm not having to watch clan boss again. I'm kind of looking forward to Hydra, if I'm being honest. Where we can just go ahead and lock in the key and be done with it. All right, let's get into the team. And I don't think there's many replacements. There is placements for the champions, but not free to play replacements. So we won key today. This was the team that we used. So we've got Marius, who's accessible for the mission. So now he's a bit of grind, but there is a lot of people with Marius now. I see Marius all the time in silver and lower level gold arena on people's accounts, and this can be replaced with second gnut or anyone that can do enemy max HP. There is a couple of options like a ninja fight, like a 5-star awakening or 6-star awakening could do the job as well, depending on people's accounts, right? So Marius could be replaced. Gnut is obviously a fusion champion, and if you don't have a gnut, try and use like a Royal Guard or Husk. This will lower your damage, but just build in the exact same way to make it consistent. We have Lydia. Now, if you comment on the video, like someone did on one of my videos saying, can you do a team without Lydia because I don't have her? Well, go get her because she is a Faction War champion. There's no reason not to have Lydia. If you're looking at this account right now and you don't have Lydia, then you're not ready for this type of content at Nightmare. This is in-game content. Nightmare, Chimera is meant to be harder than Nightmare Hydra, yes? So let's take that into consideration. I don't want to see silly comments like that. Anyway, we have Pythion, who is a formal fusion champion as well. This can be replaced with potentially like block buff champion of any quality, but Pythion is there for also the cleanse and the heal. He's coming in with the area revive as well, so he's I guess a Duchess could be like an upgrade from him, if I'm being honest. She doesn't have the cleanse, but she has the other abilities that can make her like pretty potentially better. And then we have Ollie. Now, Ollie is definitely massively underrated. Now, I didn't build any accuracy on her because I just focused on survivability, etc. But you can build accuracy on her, and I would recommend building accuracy on your build to benefit from this decreased speed, because this will really slow down the boss. This boss is 300 speed, if I'm not mistaken, so it really does help to get the decreased speed. Now, she has a heal of all allies of the max HP. This is a massive heal, really solid on the 3-turn cooldown. And she increases the duration. So try and do the block buff first with Pythion, and then increase block buff duration with that. And then she has the increased resistance, also fills all allies by 30%. 30% of turn-meter fill of all enemies is massive. Now, I feel like the new fusion champion that was being confirmed for the 8th, we haven't seen the kit so much, but we do know there is a champion turn-meter on that, and we know that there is a heal, so potentially this could fit in as a replacement for her. But we need to see the kit before we make any of them final decisions. And then she has a resistance on all allies with 2 turns as well. And then she has a continuous heal on her abilities as well, which is really, really useful. And then she does have a resistance in dungeons. Shame it's not for all of them, because we could use this in Chimera otherwise. She has got high HP, high defense and speed, which is very, very useful. And she's got good base resistance as well. So she's got really like a lot of good stats and a lot of things going for her quality. So this is the team that we're going to showcase today. We're going to go ahead and do a full run. I'm not going to do a breakdown of the trials today, because the trials were basically there wasn't many trials going on there. I think you can get 3 to 4 trials if you team up. I'm just going to show you the presets, because I did do this on manually, but you can definitely do this on auto as well. So you got Death of Glory coming in, and like so. It is worth noting you could probably use Pythion's Resistance Aura to help Pythion's with his resistance as well. Ram return everything off for the Marius, and then again coming in like this, and then again against the Viper. Marius is huge against the Viper because he can strip any of the buffs that he does and manage to get out. Then we got the revive obviously set up with Pythion, because his revive's a bit dodgy, and then you can do the block boss whenever. We turn off the revive against the Ram, and then the Lion and the Vipers is the same. It's very basic stuff. Then we have the increased resistance. Basically, she's left to do whatever she wants because she's just a fantastic champion. She's like probably like top. I would say she's probably like top 5. No, I'd say she's probably like top 10 support for this boss, or support just in general for PvC. When we're talking about legendary, especially when it's 3 champions, massively underrated. I've always had a big thing for her. She's great in Faction War. She's great in her city rotation as well for one of the bosses. This is for the Ram form, so the Ram is switched off. So the counterattack is switched off on all of them. However, if you're struggling to stay alive, I wasn't really struggling to stay alive, build some accuracy into gnut, and you can definitely use that decreased speed, that decreased attack to your advantage. I just used the old build that we had from last week, which is my main build I use in my main team. I will be trying to build a new team this week to kind of be better for this rotation, because the affinities are a bit issue, so keep an eye on the channel. Won't be a free-to-play team. And then these are what's going on for Lydia. Now, you will notice on the Viper, I've actually turned this on straight away, because once you can lock out the Viper with the block tactic skill, it's going to be super, super solid. Make sure this is booked. It's really going to help you a lot, and it really takes control of the Viper. Now, you could probably use champions like Dreamsong as well. I think Dreamsong could definitely fit in this team somewhere, who would probably be a better option as a turn meter and decrease speed as well. So let's do a full run of the team. We'll let the full run play through, and then I'll show you all the gear and all the stats as well.
In the shadows he arises, silent and cold, a legend of power, a story untold. Grim Reaper, the name that they fear, dominating the arena year after year. In Raidshadowlegends, he makes his mark, a warrior of darkness, igniting the spark. With every swipe, the enemies fall. No one escapes his relentless call. Arena, Grim takes the control, a force of nature. He won't back down his account, a fortress of endless might. The best account takeovers, he fixes in the night. No need to grind, no need to wait. Grim's ascendant, sealed his fate, a legend forged in the heat of the game. With each victory they whisper his name. Grim Reaper, his power untold, a king of the arena, fearless and bold. Enemies quake when they see his rise, for Grim's the storm that no one denies. In Raidshadowlegends, he stands alone. The Reaper's grip carved in stone. Yo. Grim Reaper, the name that they fear, dominating the arena year after year. In Raidshadowlegends, he makes his mark, a warrior of darkness, igniting the spark. With every swipe, the enemies fall. No one escapes his relentless call. In the live arena, Grim takes the control, a force of nature. He won't back down his account, a fortress of endless might. The best account takeovers, he fixes in the night. No need to grind, no need to wait. Grim's ascended, sealed his fate, a legend forged in the heat of the game. With each victory they whisper his name. Grim Reaper, his power untold, a king of the arena, fearless and bold. Enemies quake when they see his rise, for Grim's the storm that no one denies. In Raidshadowlegends, he stands alone, the Reaper's grip carved in stone. Yo. Grim Reaper, his power untold, a king of the arena, fearless and bold. In the shadows he arises, silent and cold, a legend of power, a story untold. Grim Reaper, the name that they fear, dominating the arena year after year. In Raidshadowlegends, he makes his mark, a warrior of darkness, igniting the spark. With every swipe, the enemies fall. No one escapes his relentless call. Live arena, Grim takes the control, a force of nature. He won't back down his account, a fortress of endless might. The best account takeovers, he fixes in the night. No need to grind, no need to wait. Grim's ascendant, sealed his fate, a legend forged in the heat of the game. With each victory they whisper his name. Grim Reaper, his power untold, a king of the arena, fearless and bold. Enemies quake when they see his rise, for Grim's the storm that no one denies. In Raidshadowlegends, he stands alone, the Reaper's grip carved in stone. Yo. Grim Reaper, the name that they fear, dominating the arena year after year. In Raidshadowlegends, he makes his mark, a warrior of darkness, igniting the spark. With every swipe, the enemies fall. No one escapes his relentless call. In the live arena, Grim takes the control, a force of nature. He won't back down his account, a fortress of endless might. The best account takeovers, he fixes in the night. No need to grind, no need to wait. Grim's ascended, sealed his fate, a legend forged in the heat of the game. With each victory they whisper his name. Grim Reaper, his power untold, a king of the arena, fearless and bold. Enemies quake when they see his rise, for Grim's the storm that no one denies. In Raidshadowlegends, he stands alone, the Reaper's grip carved in stone. Yo. Grim Reaper, his power untold, a king of the arena, fearless and bold. Yo. In the shadows he arises, silent and cold, a legend of power, a story untold. Grim Reaper, the name that they fear, dominating the arena year after year. In Raidshadowlegends, he makes his mark, a warrior of darkness, igniting the spark. With every swipe, the enemies fall. No one escapes his relentless call.
Okay, so this is the damage. We have 100 million, so it's quite comfortable. Again, I did make mistakes throughout this, so it was definitely a far from perfect run. I can get probably 120. I ran this before the last rotation, but I had to record this because I didn't realize that the rotation changed. So I couldn't record the whole run because it doesn't make sense to me to release a video for last rotation and not showing it work this rotation. So it does work last rotation and it works this rotation as well. I think last rotation I did 120 million damage for last rotation, and I definitely made mistakes on that run as well. So I don't know if this can work in Ultra Nightmare. I haven't tested it in Ultra Nightmare, but my target wasn't really Ultra Nightmare. It was more just focusing on Nightmare because I think that's where most players are definitely aiming towards. And Ultra Nightmare is a whole new breed of category. You're definitely going to need the decreased attack for Ultra Nightmare. Really solid damage. I think we can't really complain with 100 mil when the top chest is 84. So there's a lot of room and a lot of space for breather, and there's definitely options for replacing Marius or gnut, which are probably the two the hardest to replace. But you have got four, like what, 1, 2, 3 fusion champions. You've got two, one of them you get from faction ones and one from missions, which is definitely a pretty solid, to be all fair. This is why fusions are so important, right? A lot of people said oella was kind of mid-tier fusion, and it wasn't the case. So always do your fusions. You never know when they're going to get good or anything like that. I think the champion as well recently with buffed was also a fusion with the continuous heal. I think he can probably fit in her spot as well with the continuous heals and maybe even do the job better because he's got block buffs as well. It's worth noticing with oella, we built her with the lowest critical damage, so the dual buff went on her, not on pythion. And then obviously you don't need so much damage built on your Lydia. So my Lydia is pretty jacked, and I accidentally built her 100% critical rate. I didn't realize I put it on the optimizer on for Hydra because we went for 9-piece protection. So I will just tell you what to focus on for her. So ideally 9-piece protection. If you can't get 9-piece protection, go for like cooldown sets like Reflex or 4-piece Merciless or Impulse. Definitely could be very viable for her, so she can cycle through it, increase speed and the A3 way more and land that defense down or weaken way more. These are the masteries that we're running overall. And then yeah, you can see kind of there. Now for blessing you could run brimstone. However, I've run Christian Ram for lower levels, or like level 4 and 3. I would probably recommend taking cruelty. This boss has around about 6,000 defense, I think, on nightmare, if I'm not getting that mistaken with ultra nightmare. So it really does add up to do more damage long term, especially with enemy max HP champions like gnut, marius, etc. Relics, we don't have any right now. So yeah, she's got accuracy banner, critical damage. You can go HP or defense here, HP defense here, speed, HP defense or accuracy, and then HP defense. And you don't need to build up. So because mine's a +4 fully awaken, the critical rate and critical damage is a bonus stat, right? It doesn't need to be any better than that. The attack is also a bonus. Focus on the four, which is going to be speed, defense, HP, and accuracy. They're the 4 stats you need to focus on. Everything else from here, do not take a look of. Obviously, it's quite a bit of HP, etc. I understand, but there's not much I can do with champions that have been empowered and stuff. I can't undo it. It'd be nice if I could undo it just for videos, but yeah, there's not a way I could do that, I'm afraid. Pythion coming in with 9-piece protection. Now if you don't have 9-piece protection, I would probably just go straight out regeneration set. Regeneration set would probably be the best way to keep him alive. The stats are coming in then, which are the 4 stats you need to focus on. You're going to focus on good HP because of his heal. If you can get more HP than this, that'll be very viable. Then the defense coming in at 4,500, which is very basic. Marius will give him increased defense as well. I would probably focus more on HP than defense because the boss, once you start doing trials, ignores defense, and that will help you counter that as well in the future. Speed is coming in at 311. He is very fast, and then resistance of 450. Now, if you are struggling for the resistance, remember he's got resistance in all battles by 60%, and you can use the blessing Intimidate Presence to increase your resistance aura and help the rest of your allies with this problem. Now, when we're talking about stats, we're looking for defense and HP and speed substats across the bottom, and then you're looking for speed boots, and then probably HP and defense on the main stats, and then on the substats you're looking for speed and resistance along the bottom, and then basically speed and resistance until you get to the right resistance. And then I would be looking at the HP and defense along the top as well. Flat HP will help as well. Okay, sorry about that. I had to cut there because there was some background noise and the baby started playing up, so I just had to cut, and now we're going to go back into it. So then we have a 6-piece Slayer set on the Marius. Now you can go Merciless as well if you have a better Merciless set. You can also go 9-piece Marius. I could make a 9-piece Marius as well. but I wasn't happy with the speed, so I actually went for the 6-piece. So we're focusing on good speed, good defense, good HP, 100% critical rate, and good defense. Accuracy can be roughly around about 300. Don't forget he increases his own accuracy, which will take him to about 450. And the 450 accuracy mark is what you want to aim for Nightmare. So we're going to come in with accuracy or defense here, and then critical damage, obviously with critical damage ascended, and defense, and then HP substat for survivability. Then you're looking for speed or defense boots, and then you can go for defense ascension here or accuracy, and then do the opposite for the banner. And then again, critical damage for the gloves, and then speed, accuracy, critical rate, critical damage along the top, which will be very, very helpful, as well as defensive stat as well. We are using a Rennick as well, which you don't need, just helps with extra damage, right? And extra damage is never going to be a disadvantage for you. So at the moment, this wearer has a 20% chance of dealing 10% more damage when attacking. He's going to get a extra 20% 26% critical damage for level 12, and then extra HP as well. And then this goes up to a 35% chance. Now for the gemstone, we're just using this, which is really useful for P versus P. It's not really useful for P versus E, and it's the only one I've got as well. Now cruelty is a better mastery to go, but you can definitely go with Soul Reap as well if you need it. Soul Reap doesn't do anything. I just run Soul Reap for arena, and I ain't gonna pay masteries for this. But you definitely want to use cruelty for this boss, for him if you're struggling for damage. Something you can do, and it depends what you prioritize your account for. There's definitely better masteries as well for this. These are P versus P masteries. There is way better options for this. I'd probably copy more of the gnut masteries set from the Giant Slayer than these overall. Let's have a look at gnut build then. The gnut build is going to come in with a 6-piece merciless, and these are the masteries that we're running. These are for finite masteries. Again, I haven't changed the masteries because I use them in other content. It just is what it is. Now, I have made a mistake here. So we've got the cruelty coming in for gnut, and cruelty doesn't work for it doesn't stack with gnut for his ability for the ignore defense. However, cruelty will still work for the rest of your champions like Marius, etc., of lowering their defense. So take that into consideration. So I thought it stacks, it doesn't stack, but it still works for the rest of the champions, just doesn't work for gnut. So again, my Marius is built for P versus P. I swap his gear from Stone Skin and Lethal to 9-piece Slayer for my account. So I will keep the cruelty for that overall, because I don't need the Phantom Touch for that. So if you don't have Merciless, then please go ahead and use Savage, Instinct, or Lethal. And if you can get some refresh as well on the bottom row, that would be the best accessory to go. If you're struggling for speed and accuracy, 2-piece Pinpoint, it's going to be very vital there as well. 3-piece Protection could be useful for extra speed. What else could you do? You could probably go 4-piece Merciless and 4-piece Ignore Defense as well, which could be an option. What else could you do? It makes sense. Maybe 1-piece Ferald for some extra accuracy, because you will need like 450 accuracy if you want to use that decreased attack. So when we're looking for stats, we're mainly focusing on defense, speed, critical damage, critical rate for this type of build. If you want to build some accuracy, just lower the critical damage. 250 critical damage is fine. That's normally the most stats most people can get. I got this because of a big blessing. We've got good speed, minimum speed 250, perfectly fine. And then HP is just a bonus. We're going to run a defense or accuracy banner depending on what your account needs. We've got critical damage there and a defense ring with HP substats. And then we can go for speed boots or defense depending on what you've got. And then defense chest or accuracy chest depending on what you're trying to do with accuracy substat. And then critical damage as well. And then defense along the top for ascension, as well as speed, critical rate, and critical damage, the main 3 substats there. You could also look for accuracy and defense substats along these 2 as well. I'm trying to add in all much information as possible to help you guys. Now, if you can drop in a Rennick to help with HP, etc., that would be fairly fine. This guy heals, so you don't need life drink on him, which is surprising I do have it on him. So that's one thing to take into consideration. And then we have showing you Lydia. So the only champion I've got showing now is Oella. Now these masteries I use in Ice Column 10, right? So these masteries can definitely be better. Is a better option. I would probably come in with like Master Hex because will give you the chance to increase the decrease speed for 3 turns. I would probably take Law of Steel and Cycle of Magic. Now you can take the healing side or you can take on the accuracy side. This is definitely something you can test and depending on your gear and the stats that you're missing. And then you just take in damage reduction on the defense tree. I wouldn't take offensively unless you really want to take a War Master to try and get an extra 1 or 2. You do want to fully booked as well. And then for, I guess, you could also take Bolt Work, right? If you're struggling to stay alive here, I would probably take in Bolt Work and then use the Relic here, which is a rare one. You can get like a rare one where it allows you to increase the ally protection or something like that. I can't remember which one it is. Now I went for Divine Set here. You can also go 9-piece protection because she does pull out some resistance buffs. Or 9-piece Ferald, or even regen sets, like they're all viable. But I actually went for Divine Set because I kind of had her in a similar set already for Ice Golem. So you can use Stalwart Set as well to reduce the damage that she's receiving. I think any of the stats will be really viable, or even Guardian if you're struggling to stay alive because you can revive her and her heal is massive. Now, I didn't build any accuracy into her. These stats are definitely free to play friendly, I feel, for most in game. But if you're going to build accuracy, you do need the 450 accuracy. Now, you could build 300 or 250 accuracy and then rely on Marius's accuracy up. That's another option as well. But you really want good speed, and it's really important to have good speed on her because of turn meter boost. She is filling all allies with that. You don't need resistance. You need good defense and good HP as well. And then she's pretty solid to go for that overall. Hopefully this really helps you guys. Hopefully this was a very detailed video. I think it's definitely the most free-to-play team that I can potentially come up with right now. I will carry on working with other fusion champions and other free-to-play teams for Ultra Nightmare and Nightmare, and I will keep dropping them. I probably will still build them around Lydia because Lydia is so good, and I probably will keep Marius because Marius is a Void Affinity and he isn't going to have all the problems like gnut will with the Void Affinities changing, etc. throughout all the rotations. I think there'll be 4 rotations, so this will work on 2 of them. I don't know if it'll work next month, but it's definitely a good investment either way. These champions are very solid overall in other PvE content. So yeah, I definitely would recommend to do that. Anyway, that's it for the video. Hopefully you enjoy this. I put a lot of hard work, so hopefully you guys appreciate this, and I really hope this does help someone get to Nightmare. Again, please remember to like, comment, and subscribe. I've been Grim. Thank you for watching to the end. I'll see you on the next one. Peace.